What's going on, guys? Chad here at MarineMax Jupiter. Today we're doing a walkthrough video on this all-new Sea Ray 32 Sundancer. We'll start on the back of the boat here. This boat's equipped with the all-new V10 outboard Mercury engines. These are twin 350s with plenty of space to walk across the back of the boat here, so it really doesn't matter what side of the boat you dock on. You could board from both port and starboard. First two things I'd like to point out: these storage compartments back here. So have your freshwater access right here, your battery switch panel, as well as some of your breakers and shore power, all conveniently located aft. And I'll open this next compartment here. See how large this is. This is essentially a garage for this boat. It'd be a great spot for lines, fenders, or any water toys, water sports equipment. Everything could go back here, floats, anything bigger that you don't want to store inside of the boat. Now working our way into the boat, you have a Fusion radio aft here. It's great for if you pull up to the sandbar. You don't have to go all the way back up to the helm to reach in the boat, adjust your music. For those people who have any younger kids or pets, we have the door that you can close off. That'll seal off this area. Great for when you're moving on the boat. Also, so I mentioned, when you're boarding, if you're at like a floating dock, you board from both port and starboard. If you're on a fixed dock, maybe the tide's pretty low and the dock's a lot higher up, you actually have some steps here on the starboard side, which you could use to get off the boat at one of those fixed docks when the tide's lower. So huge entertaining area. The seats, first thing I'm going to point out is the color. This is their stone color, which is gray. You can also get them in white and brown. There's storage underneath all of these seats. I'll show you, for example. So this one's actually a dedicated spot for a cooler too. There's an insert there with a drain at the bottom. There's storage underneath all these seats here. Got cup holders. Just past the cup holders is actually the flagpole holder as well, for those people who want to represent with a certain flag. On the starboard side, you have your entertaining area. You have your sink, as well as a grill, and your fridge freezer combination, and a trash can. So everything you need would be right here. And they also have this insert here where if you want to grill and then have like a countertop to be able to cut on, they have the insert for the sink. You also have electricity and your control for your aft sunshade, as well as the engine hatch here, which would lift up. You can see where it's cut out in the deck. This aft sunshade will give you sun coverage all the way throughout the back of the boat. Now, next thing I want to point out is the flooring. This is Sea Ray's Infinity woven vinyl. You could also do sea deck, or you could choose nothing at all. I personally like this Infinity woven vinyl. Feels great underneath your feet. Has a nice soft touch to it. It's also removable. You can see all the snaps it has. So if you need to clean it off, you can unsnap it, spray it off, clean it off the side of the boat. Or if you don't want it, you can just take it all off and then stow it in the boat. Now, moving forward, I want to point out next that the boat has air conditioning up here, cockpit air conditioning, as well as air conditioning down the cabin. That's great when you're driving the boat. You get nice fresh breeze through here. It's Florida, it's summertime, it's hot out. That air conditioning here is going to feel absolutely outstanding. So I sat down at the helm here. We have bolstered seats, as well as a nice footrest with some sea deck. This boat's equipped with joystick. She even has the upgraded automatic trim tabs. You have your spotlight controls, your Fusion radio, all your switches right here. Beautiful acrylic dash. Now, for electronics, you have Simrad dual screens, also with the acrylic dash as well. Just real sleek look up here. Looks incredible. Now, moving over to the port side, you have some storage on this side, as well as I want to point out the courtesy lights. So all throughout the boat, there is the courtesy lights, which is great for when you're in the dark and boarding the boat. without hurting your eyes too much. You can have the boat lit up where you can see just enough, as well as I want to point out that there's LED lighting throughout this boat. It's tucked underneath the seat, all throughout this area, and it's just great for when you're entertaining, adds ambiance to the boat. It's really beautiful. So this is the full glass option. You can also get the half glass option. Right now we have the door open. See, we have a little switch here that holds it open. So you can close this up, close this door, and be fully sealed off from here as well. Moving up to the bow area. You have a huge sun pad here, enough for 3 people to be sitting up here. And again, you have another Fusion radio control up here. That way you don't have to go back to the helm, so you can be lounging up here and change your music. Plenty of cup holders. You got more Fusion speakers up here. This is another great entertaining area. This boat's optioned with the bow railing. You can also get a split bow railing as well, which is nice to be able to board on and off the front of the boat. But this is a great safety feature, having it fully sealed off. You also have your windlass up here, as well as the spotlight, which I mentioned previously. Now meet me down in the cabin for the next part of the walkthrough video. So now we're down in the cabin of this 32 Sundancer. It's what the Sundancers are known for. Unlike the SDX lines, you actually get the cabin down here. One of the great benefits of this boat, you can see how big the cabin is. I'm just about 6 foot. I still have plenty of height clearance. Forward, you have this berth area, which actually can convert where this table comes up, and then you can sit around it, have another entertaining area. You have a TV forward. Also want to point out, by the windows, you have a curtain, which you can close if you were to overnight on the boat. More speakers down here, plenty of lighting throughout. Over on the starboard side, you have your breaker panel switches here, as well as that's where your ignitions are, and access to your generator. Now below, you have another sleeping quarters. We put out, the boat just came from the factory, so we just put everything down there for now. That is another sleeping area. Over on the port, you have another fridge freezer combo, as well as a microwave. Some more storage down there. Off to the head on the starboard side, it's a full height head. Really nice tile flooring, beautiful glass sink, looks outstanding. And you actually even have a freshwater sprayer in here as well. So this is a wet head. Great for overnighting and longer trips. You know, having 2 sleeping areas and the wet head, that's a full height. Really is just great features to have if you're doing longer trips, or maybe going over the Bahamas for the weekend. And that's going to conclude our walkthrough video on this 320 Sundancer. If you guys want to come and see it, come to MarineMax Jupiter or call us today. And don't forget to ask for Chad.